Hey, and welcome back to another video. So this is just sort of an introduction video-ish kind of thing for a phone that I got for a really good price. I haven't done one of these ultra deal videos in a while, so I saw this for sale like a few days ago and I thought for that price, there's nothing that can go wrong. And this is a Nokia G10. So the Nokia G10 was released in April of 2021. So April of 2021, the Nokia G10. This thing is not even a year old because it's still not April of 2022. So this phone is just a few months old. And I got this thing for a mere $12. Now there's a reason it could be found for that cheap. It's because it's a really crappy phone. The reviews are horrible. It got, I think PC Mag gave it a 2.5 out of 5. It's really feature packed, but it does have a really sluggy interface, and I've been using it for a while and I noticed that as well. Firstly, I'd like to point out that my hands are super dry. That's because it's like really dry outside. I didn't want to use moisturizer while touching the phone, so just ignore that. And before jumping right in, don't forget to smash that like button down below as it helps this video get on YouTube's algorithm. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and ring that bell notification button to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I'm on Instagram, Discord, and Twitter, and you can follow me on those using the links down in the description below. And now let's jump right into this video. But yeah, this phone had not really good reviews. The battery life on this thing is probably its best-selling feature. The reviews said the battery life is easily a 2-day battery life on medium to heavy use. It has a big 5050 milliamp hour battery, I believe. And the display is also quite decent. However, the OS is really sluggy. It is stock Android, but then it's running a MediaTek processor. The processor on this thing is the MediaTek Helio G25. So MediaTek Helio G25, which is a 12 nanometer processor, octa-core. So octa-core processor built on a 12 nanometer processor, the Helio G25. And MediaTek processors have known for not being the best. But yeah, for $12, a perfectly working phone in immaculate condition. Look at this thing, not a scratch, basically brand new. This looks like it's damaged, but there's a screen protector on there, as you can see. So that damage is on the screen protector there. So yeah, this also has a really good fingerprint scanner, because I've had bad experience with Nokia's fingerprint scanners, especially the Nokia 6.1. This one over here, if you haven't seen that review on the Nokia 6.1, I'll put it down in the description below, and I'll put it up here as well. The Nokia 6.1 was a phone that the fingerprint scan was just useless. They might as well have taken it out. But this thing has a really good fingerprint scanner. It's not the best, but still, it is a really good fingerprint scanner. As you can see, I don't have to touch it that much either. And the scanner can be a bit dirty as well, and it will unlock. I didn't match this finger, so it's this finger. Let's do that again. There you go. I have this finger as well, so let's do that again. Just a touch. So really good fingerprint scanner. Nokia has really done the fingerprint scan on this phone really well. And by the way, this is a $150 phone. This is meant to be on a courier. This thing is also locked to some courier, but I'm not sure what. Now, one thing I have a small complaint of this is the fingerprint scan is way too touchy. Even if you accidentally graze it, the phone vibrates and tries to want to unlock itself. But yeah, that's just one minor thing. The display also, as you can see, it's a very nice display. The pixel density is about 235, so the resolution on this thing is not that high either. It's 720 by 1600, so it's a 720p display, just taller. 720 by 1600, like that. So usually when you talk about display resolutions, the lowest length or height is what we talk about. So if it's 1080 by 2560, we call it 1080p widescreen. And if it's 720 by 1600, like on this thing, it's, I guess, 720 tall. But it's a really nice display. It's really nice. The colors are crisp, and we'll be doing a full review on this phone using it in 2021. I'm going to switch to this phone from my Motorola 15G UW. Now the 15G UW has been an amazing phone for as long as I've been using it. I got this for a mere $30 as well, because it's got a bad IMEI, I think, but this phone has been amazing. They're identically of an identical size, but this is slightly bigger. This is about 6.7 inches. This is about 6.52 inches, so slightly smaller. Build quality is okay. It's a plastic. I mean, for $150, and a lot of the reviews said that it gets the job done, but the OS, even though it's stock Android, the MediaTek processor really drops it down. Like, if they had priced it at 200 and given it a better processor, I think this phone would have been really, really good for the money. But yeah, I can already feel it being a bit sluggy, even though there's nothing being installed on this. But I have to do my full review on this. I have to use this thing for at least a week before I give you the full roundup on this thing and using it in 2022. So this is not even a year old. It's just a few, but we're still in February, so it's about 10 months to 11 months old. So yeah, definitely a lot of things to see on this. So for overall specs, I'll just go over some quick specs. So it's an LCD technology, 6.52 inches, 720 by 1600, Android 11. And this phone being Android 1, this is an Android 1 phone, it is definitely getting Android 12. So $12 for a phone that's getting Android 12? Why wouldn't I buy it? So that was another reason. This is definitely getting Android 12, and it's just $12. So there's nothing that could have gone wrong with this purchase, and this thing is in immaculate shape. So Android 12 for sure. MediaTek G25 octa-core, PowerVR GE8320 as its GPU. So PowerVR GE8320, and it has a microSD expansion slot. This particular one, I have to check if it's the 8 gig one or it's the 32 gig one. Okay, so this one is the 32 gig one. So I have to double check and see how much RAM this has, because there's one variant that is 32 gigs and has 3 gigs of RAM, but there's also a 32 gig one with 4 gigs of RAM. If this is the 64 gig one, it anyhow has 4 gigs of RAM, but I'll have to double check that later. I'll put it on the put it over here if I do find it out. The cameras on this thing. So we have a 13 megapixel wide autofocus camera, the main camera. Don't know which one it is. 2 MP macro and 2 MP depth as well. A single LED flash, HDR panorama, and it can record video at 1080p 30 fps, so nothing major there. This is a budget phone, so yeah, 1080p 30 fps, LED flash, single LED flash, HDR and panorama. It has a loudspeaker. It's not a stereo speaker, and it has a 3.5mm headphone jack, so that's nice to see. And USB-C, obviously everything should have USB-C by now. The fingerprint scanner is really nice, and like I said, the battery is 5050 milliamp hours. Excuse me. The battery is 5050 milliamp hours, and from what I can see, this thing easily gets 2 days of battery life on this huge battery. And it comes in two colors, which is dusk and night. I think this is dusk. I think this is a dusk or night, but I think night is the blacker color. This is a more darker blue, purplish blue, and I think this is called dusk. But yeah, the fingerprint scanner and the display and the battery life are really good on this phone, and it's something that I'm looking forward to while using this for the next couple of weeks, and I'll do a video on this as usual. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, for this price, no complaints. Android 11, it's a huge phone, amazing battery life and all that stuff, and it's not even a year old, so, and it's in immaculate shape, so no complaints. Probably one of the best deals I've ever gotten, and this was on Facebook Marketplace. Is it the best deal? I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with this and the $60 iPhone 11. I mean, you don't get an iPhone 11 that's unlocked, perfectly working for $60. Sure, it has a crack, but yeah, this thing is my main downwards facing camera. I use this phone for downwards facing camera angles. I'm not doing it in this video, obviously, because it's not a fancy video with all the B-roll and stuff, but that's my main phone for downward facing video angles. That or the $40 iPod Classic first generation, those things go for an excess of $300. So $40 for that was a really good deal. I really don't know which one is actually the best deal that I've ever got, but this is definitely up there. So yeah, this was just a quick introduction to the Nokia G10 from April of 2021 that I got for a mere sub-fraction of the price. These things usually go for about 90 to about $120. I've seen a slightly dinged up one is about 90. I've seen the lowest on average about 100 to 120 bucks. So 12 bucks, absolute steal. Nothing was wasted there. This and it's getting Android 12, so why not? Anyway, stay tuned for the full review, and until then, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up on this video as it helps this video get on YouTube's algorithm. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, ring that bell notification button to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I'm on Instagram, Discord, and Twitter, and you can follow me on those using the links down in the description below. Thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video.